Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive deep, sometimes literally, into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our awesome viewers, SavannahBree0218. Thanks for the suggestion, Bree. You asked, where are the world's 5 oceans located? Great question, because even though Earth is 71% water, figuring out where one ocean ends and another begins is kinda tricky. So today, we're grabbing our globes, dusting off our maps, and setting sail to explore where the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic oceans are hiding. Whether you're a geography geek or just wondering why the planet decided to divide water like pizza slices, stick around, because we're charting the world's biggest bodies of water, right here on Explaining Everything. Okay, first things first. There are 5 officially recognized oceans on Earth. Sorry, giant lakes. You're cool, but you don't cut. The oceans are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, the Arctic Ocean. Yes, there's a Southern Ocean. No, it's not just the bottom part of the Pacific. We'll get to that. Each ocean has its location, vibe, and fun facts, like giant watery siblings with different personalities. Let's start with the Pacific Ocean, aka the Beyoncé of oceans. Big, powerful, and hard to ignore. The Pacific is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth, covering more area than all the continents combined. Yep, if you squished all the land together, the Pacific would still win in a game of watery monopoly. It stretches from the west coast of the Americas, think California, Mexico, Chile, across to Asia and Australia. If you're flying from Los Angeles to Tokyo and staring out the window for 12 hours, that's the Pacific saying hello. Fun fact, the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, is here. It's so deep you could drop Mount Everest into it and still have over a mile of water above the peak. Nature said, "You think tall mountains are cool? Hold my seaweed." Next up, the Atlantic Ocean, slightly smaller than the Pacific, but still very impressive. Think of it as the reliable middle child of the ocean family. The Atlantic sits between the Americas on the west and Europe, and Africa on the east. If you've ever flown from New York to London or watched Titanic, congrats, you've met the Atlantic. The Atlantic is also home to the Bermuda Triangle, that spooky area where ships and planes have mysteriously disappeared. Some blame magnetic anomalies, others aliens. We blame bad weather and conspiracy TikToks. Also, fun trivia. It's the ocean with the most shipping traffic. So basically, it's like the world's busiest aquatic highway, except instead of traffic jams, it's giant cargo ships loaded with bananas and cars. Moving on to the Indian Ocean, located between Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Indian subcontinent, hence the name. No points for creativity there. It's the warmest ocean, which is great for beach vacations and terrible for icebergs. Sorry, Titanic sequel. The Indian Ocean is a major route for trade, especially oil tankers. It's like the FedEx of oceans, quietly delivering goods across the globe. Also, it's home to some wild weather. Monsoons? Yep. Tropical cyclones? You bet. If the Pacific is dramatic with earthquakes and tsunamis, the Indian Ocean is moody and unpredictable. But hey, we love a complex character. Now let's head way down south to the Southern Ocean, the icy circle of water surrounding Antarctica. This ocean was officially recognized in 2000, making it the new kid in the Ocean Squad. Scientists were like, we need to give this cold, lonely water its name. It deserves it. The Southern Ocean connects the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, wrapping around Antarctica like a watery belt. It's home to some of the roughest seas on the planet, plus adorable penguins just chilling on icebergs like tiny tuxedo-wearing celebrities. Fun fact, its waters play a huge role in regulating Earth's climate. The cold currents help distribute heat around the planet. The Southern Ocean is nature's air conditioner. Thanks, buddy. Last but not least, the Arctic Ocean, hanging out at the top of the world. It's the smallest and shallowest ocean, kind of like the baby sibling who's quiet but super important. The Arctic is mostly covered in sea ice, though that's been shrinking due to climate change. Not great. It's bordered by countries like Russia, Norway, Canada, and Greenland. Polar bears, seals, and narwhals call it home. Yes, narwhals are real. They're unicorn whales, and they don't get nearly enough credit. Also, fun fact, the Arctic Ocean is the only ocean without penguins. Penguins live in the Southern Hemisphere. So sorry, no North Pole penguin parties. So, to sum it up, the Pacific Ocean is big and bold, stretching between Asia, Australia, and the Americas. The Atlantic Ocean connects the Americas to Europe and Africa. The Indian Ocean chills between Africa, Asia, and Australia. The Southern Ocean hugs Antarctica. The Arctic Ocean caps the top of the world with ice and polar bears. Together, they cover 71% of the Earth's surface. That's a lot of water, like a lot. And while they're all technically connected, humans gave them different names because, well, we love labeling things. So next time you're looking at a world map or flying over endless blue, you'll know exactly which ocean you're crossing and maybe even impress your seatmate with random ocean trivia. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about here on Explaining Everything.